Right, this is all about calculating how much energy is transformed to an electrical appliance. Now let's remember that energy can either be calculated in joules or in kilowatt hours. Let's look at the example on the left. Here we're going to calculate energy in joules. So we use power in watts and time in seconds. So joules equals watts times seconds. Here's a question. How much energy does a 60 watt bulb transform in 5 seconds? And the answer is 60 watts times 5 seconds, which is 300 joules. Now, if we're looking at things on a bigger scale, we don't normally use joules, we use the idea of kilowatt hours. So instead of talking about power in watts, we're going to talk about it in kilowatts. And instead of talking about time in seconds, we're going to talk about it in hours. So the energy used in kilowatt hours is the power in kilowatts times the time in hours. Here's a question. How much energy does a 3 kilowatt oven transform in 2 hours? And the answer is 3 kilowatts times 2 hours equals 6 kilowatt hours. Now, if we know how many kilowatt hours of electricity have been used, and we know the cost of each kilowatt hour of electricity, we can work out how much it's going to cost you to use different electrical appliances. So let's look at an example. I want to use a 2 kilowatt oven for 4 hours. So my first question is, how much energy am I going to use? And the answer is 2 kilowatts times 4 hours equals 8 kilowatt hours. But I want to know how much that's going to cost me. Well, in the question it tells me that 1 kilowatt hour of electricity cost me 10p. So I'm going to do 8 kilowatt hours times 10, and that comes to 80p. Okay, let's look at another question. I want to use a 1500 watt iron for 30 minutes, and the cost of electricity here is a little bit more expensive. It's going to cost me 12p for 1 kilowatt hour. So the amount of energy used is 1.5 kilowatts multiplied by 0.5 hours equals 0.75 kilowatt hours, and the cost of 0.75 kilowatt hours of electricity is going to be 0.75 multiplied by 12p equals 9p.